We're back with InSession in Georgia versus Benton. I'm Vinny Politan. Now, before the break, you saw Brandon Hall talk about this case. Now, he's the only witness to identify Devonni Benton as the person who shot and killed Jasmine Lynn. He did it in a photo array. Now, InSession got a hold of emails sent from Brandon Hall's Facebook account to Devonni Benton, the defendant, his girlfriend, saying that he may have been mistaken about the shooter's identity. But when we questioned Brandon Hall about those messages, he denied sending them. So, does his story hold up here? Here to help us examine Brandon's story, computer forensics expert Dave Kleiman. Dave, thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate it. Let me think about this. Now, he admitted to us that it was, in fact, he has an account on Facebook, and it was his Facebook account that we got. So I'm looking at a couple of different scenarios. First scenario, someone breaks into his account and sends emails from his account. How easy or how difficult is that to happen?
Well, there have been Facebook accounts hacked, and usually they're hacked in large numbers. Normally, somebody finds a security flaw in Facebook, and they're able to get into people's accounts and take them over and actually lock the people out of their own accounts. That's happened several times in the last 2 years on Facebook.
How sophisticated do you have to be to be able to do that? I mean, do you have to be one of these, IT wizards that come around and fix my computer here at work, or can someone at home kind of figure it out?
I doubt an ordinary user would be able to figure it out, but there are some of these things that get posted online, and possibly someone could have used one of those.
Okay, now let's take another look at Brandon Hall when I spoke to him and asked him about all of this. Take a look, Dave.
Okay.
I could have been mistaken, but I saw the Mohawk, and Devo is the only one I saw with the one. I could have been mistaken. Did you ever email anyone on Facebook and say you could have been mistaken about the ID?
No.
No, so that's not you.
I haven't been on.
You have not been on, not responding. All right, he says he hasn't been on, but how do you demonstrate or prove that someone has been on Facebook? Is that pretty easy to do?
Well, for an LE investigator, law enforcement investigator, it'd be easy to do that. I mean, if they were investigating the case, they could get the information from Facebook on who was on, what IP address it was, and then research where that IP address came from.
And how about how about if someone, because this is serious stuff here. You've got someone who was IDing an alleged murderer. So there's a lot at stake here. If someone was trying to create some evidence that would create some doubt about this person's story, how difficult would it be to try to mock up or make something look like it came from his account without actually coming from his account?
Oh, that would be fairly easy, to fake an outgoing email address.
Really? So,
yes.
And I'm wondering here is how could investigators and law enforcement investigators after the fact say, all right, let's take a look at this. Can they go to Facebook and figure out exactly what was said, what was not said back and forth, if at this point people may have had an opportunity to erase those things?
They could go and look, depending on how long it's been and whether or not that.
Well, this stuff was back in April. I mean, what happened was, from my investigation, if you want to call it an investigation, it seems like they became Facebook friends in the middle of March. This email exchange is sometime in the beginning of April.
Correct. And yes, so most likely that would be still available via Facebook, depending on what their policy is for keeping data if it was deleted.
All right, so at this point, how much should we trust? When you get an email from someone or you're getting something that looks like you're getting an email from someone, when do the red lights go up that, hey, this may not be the person who I think it is actually sending this email to me?
Well, if you know the person well enough, you could ask some questions that only they would be able to answer. But, fake phishing emails come all the time from people's banks and et cetera like that, and it looks like it came really from their bank, and that happens all the time.
You think this is something worth investigating?
I believe so.
All right. Well, Dave, always great to have you on. We like to have experts. You're one of ours. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Vinny.
All right. Now, Devonni Benton's girl.